So I was introduced to this pedal by Thorpe Effects on a recent trip to the Thorpe HQ. Adrian brought this pedal out and said, "You've got to try this, I think you're gonna love it." So I brought it home and I literally don't think I've turned it off since. It's really, really blown me away. So this is the Cogmeister from Dinosaural. Follow them at Coggins Audio on Instagram if you're interested. This pedal is the ultimate all-in-one solution to gain staging and is also a masterclass in how to build the best guitar tones ever. Before I explain why I'm so excited about this pedal, please go and subscribe to this channel. It really, really helps me out and it is completely free to you guys. So the Cogmeister is designed by Dan Coggins, who does actually a lot of the design work for Thorpe Effects currently, which is how I've become connected with this pedal. But Dan has an incredibly rich history in the guitar world in his own right. Have you ever seen those massive multicolored love tone pedals with wacky names and that go for hundreds and hundreds of pounds now? Yeah, that was Dan. After Love Tone, Dan started Dinosaural, and this pedal kind of represents a rebirth of that brand. And bloody hell, what a pedal to come back with. It's a 3-in-1 behemoth centered around this drive section in the middle, which is loosely based off of one of Dan's older pedal designs. The central drive section is then surrounded by 2 boosts on either side, one to push the front end and then one to lift the output section of the pedal for solos. But basically this is the ultimate way of stacking boosts and drives in my opinion. You can basically achieve nearly any drive tone you'll ever need in a live situation with this format. And this pedal has all 3 in one. No need to have extra switches to change the order of the pedals. It's perfect as it is. But first, let's focus a little bit on that drive section in the middle. So as I said, the drive section is loosely based off of one of Dan's older Dinosaural drive designs. It's kind of ampy, but it's definitely not an amp in the box sound, but it also has this fuzziness on the top end when you start cranking it. Warm boosted tones all the way to harmonically rich saturation. This pedal can do it all, and it's so well tuned to do all of it. Interestingly enough as well, no matter how much gain you load into this drive pedal, it still remains incredibly defined and clear. Three simple controls: volume, sustain, which is our input gain, and then tone, along with a three-way along with a three-way shift switch, which shifts the lower frequencies. So we can either scoop a little mid-range out, or we can cut off some low end, or we can have a flatter EQ profile, which actually kind of gives the impression of a bit of a mid-push compared to the other two at least. You can tell that Dan is a man who truly understands guitar tone and where it should sit within the wider world of music, I guess. So you've just heard some of the boosted tones that this pedal can get. We'll start with the push side of things. This is based on a late 1960s style single transistor treble, or more accurately upper mid-range booster. So basically Rangemaster treble booster type thing. If you've never tried a treble booster before, you really must. It's some of the most fun you can have with stacking pedals, and also achieve some of the most classic rock tones ever heard. And this is no exception. Stacking that push side with the drive side gets everything you could ever want when it comes to classic rock, and wider as well. You can really start to crank things and get some fuzzy tones too. We have control over the gain of that side, but also an adjustable bandwidth with the load control. All the way down, it's only boosting those classic Rangemaster frequencies, you know, upper mid-range and treble frequencies, but as we start to bring up that load control, it brings back your low end, as you would expect. I would say somewhere just below halfway. Sounds like a great classic treble booster, but maybe with a bit of a fuller body as well. Best of both worlds, in my opinion. The solo section comes last in the pedals chain, so we're kind of going right to left, classic pedal board layout. So the solo section, we have control over the overall level, but the secret sauce is the peaks control. All the way down, we get the cleanest, flattest boost, but then as we start to crank it up, it starts to introduce some distortion into this solo section, but also narrows down the EQ, so it really focuses on the mid-range of the pedal to cut through for your solos. You're going to have no worries about not being heard for your solos. I mean, what a pedal. It's been all I've thought about for the past 2 weeks pretty much. The way the boosts pair together with the drive section is so inspiring to play, and then when you start to turn all three on at the same time, it's pure bliss. And as I said, you're never going to have to worry about not being heard in your band ever again. It just places your guitar tone in exactly the right spot in a band mix. Also, any amp, any guitar, and also any other pedal you want to stack with this, no dramas. It's always going to sound good. It's, yeah, really impressive. This one, unfortunately, is going to be going back to Thorpe soon, but I'm really going to have to try my hardest to get one of these because I've fallen head over heels in love with it. So there you go, the Dinosaural Cogmeister, epic pedal.